Hello and welcome to your reading for March 18th, 2021. I am Rivka with Rivka's Mystical. This is a timeless message, so if you're not watching on March 18th, still take a watch, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So today's cards are Five of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, High Priestess for the bottom of the deck, and our secret language of color cards is peach. There is not a big step between 5 and 6. It's only one step apart. But the feeling of the two can feel vastly different. And it might just take a small adjustment to get from feeling alone, feeling cold, feeling like you're out by yourself, feeling like you don't have much, to feeling like you are comfortable enough that you have extra disposable income, that you have extra overflowing from your cup that you can share. It's only a matter of a 5 and a 6. But depending on which way you're looking at things, can swiftly swivel your head from one direction to the other. This past year, has been very difficult. It has been very easy to feel cold, to feel lacking, to feel like you're not sure what to do, like you don't have help, like you have to be outside in the cold without any help while everyone else is inside, warm. It's very easy to still carry those things from this past year. And it is sometimes very hard to see those things that we still want to be grateful for. And sometimes we're still in that mindset of shit hit the fan. And it's hard to ease out of that. Sometimes it's hard to let the decompression happen, so that way we can start either healing or moving out or transitioning into a new vibration. And depending on what we're ready for, what we're ready to see, what we're ready to do will depend on the speed that happens. And the way we look at it, what we're looking at, what we're trying to match, what our energy is matching will attract that same said matching vibration. So what we're looking at and how we're looking at things and how we're allowing decompression or integration or healing or whatever to happen will depend on how fast we go from cold and alone and frostbite to warm and generous, or feeling comfortable, or feeling like our shoes aren't dropping anymore. Now that we're coming up on a new year in terms of spring coming, astrological new year and spring coming and new things coming, we are moving out of the cold swiftly into a more bountiful time. And depending on how we want to look at things and how we want to transition from a literal or metaphorical winter to spring will depend on how fast that happens. How fast do we want it to happen? Do we want the movement at all? If we insist upon not grieving this past year, if we insist upon not looking at the feelings that we've acquired over the past year, if we insist upon not processing and integrating the hurt from this past year, it can be very hard to swiftly move forward into abundance. That doesn't negate all of the things that have happened this past year or all of the things that have just happened to you in general. That doesn't negate the hurt that has happened or the loneliness that has happened or the loss that has happened. That doesn't negate any of that at all. But we must heal those things. So that way we can start integrating the things that we feel grateful for. Our minds are very powerful and our higher selves are very powerful. Now our ego likes to, get in things and tell us what to do. Now is really the time to look in, to get some meditation in, to get some healing in. Take your shadow work for, anything that you need to tie up loose ends emotionally for the end of the year moving into spring. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to reflect on this past year and tap in with your higher self to see what you have accumulated over this past year, what you want to keep, what good things do you want to keep, what negative things are you ready to let go of, what negative things are you ready to release, clean up, get out, throw out, let go of. Whatever. Which way do you need to tap into your higher self and what's in alignment with you, so that way you can get out of the right headspace into the right headspace, so you can move swiftly and grow and get that fire back and start getting into that warmer feeling, better feeling, more comfortable, generous feeling in the world and space around you. How do you want to tap into your higher self on a soul level? How do you want to tap into your subconscious? How do you want to tap into the universe, the divine, whatever that means for you? Get reconnected and realize that you are not alone. It might seem like you aren't. There's a lot of shit that has happened, but this is temporary and you can move out of this. There are other people on the other side of this window that want you to come in from the cold. Your higher self wants you to come in from the cold. You can swiftly move forward into that generosity and abundance. If you want to swivel your head and realize that you do have help and realize that, hardships are temporary and you can move forward into a more abundant state. Doesn't mean you have to deny what has happened or the hardships that have happened, but just remember they're only temporary. It's only temporary. For our color, we have peach. Inhale a breath of life. Let's read the message for peach. Peach releases stress and tension from your body, softening all hardness and dissolving any density, especially in the lungs and chest. It also brings gentleness, kindness, and friendliness into your life, opening you to new possibilities and assisting you to attract prosperity. Allow peach-colored sparks to cleanse away any stuckness and rejuvenate your lungs. Focus on what you love in your life already and what you would love to experience more of. Visualize receiving this increase of joy in your life. Say, I am now able to fully embrace all the wonderful experiences in my life and all the wonderful experiences my life has to offer with joy, ease, and love. So it doesn't mean that bad things haven't happened to you. It doesn't mean that bad things might not happen in the universe around you or to you in the future. Doesn't mean that everything's going to be easy peasy. But when that density, when those negative things start to build up, acknowledge them, recognize that you need to start taking care of them. So that way you can start removing that density, removing that negativity, get your energy right, heal yourself. So that way you can swiftly get your vibration to a better place. So that way you're feeling better. You're feeling more comfortable, more abundant. I mean, right after the High Priestess is the Empress. So tap in with your higher self to align yourself, to get your energy right, so you can start calling in more abundance. So you can start calling in more abundance, more things that feel like joy. More things that feel like joy. If you start seeing more joy, you'll start attracting more joy, you'll start matching that vibration, and more things will start coming to you that bring you joy, and then you'll start seeing more joy, and it'll keep on going. Oh. What density do you want to release for this end of winter, and what joy do you want to call in for this spring?